Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the WTCR Championship on GT Sport. We are ready for a start here at Red Bull Ring for race 2 of this championship and this round. So we're getting ready for a start. Jamo on pole from TY, Callum and Neil. Ready for a start. Revs rise. And off we go. Good start from the 2 men at the front. Task One with a brilliant start in that four-wheel drive compared to the front-wheel drive cars around him. As head up towards the first corner. TY looks like he's in the lead before the first corner. TY in the lead then from Jamo. Callum trying to attack. Bidzster's going around the outside of Neil Farmack there. So Bidzster into 5th place there. Task One, the best start though, all the way up to 4th from about 8th on the grid. So well done there to Task One in that one. As we go up towards turn 2, Bidzster looking at the inside of Task and Jamo looking for the lead. Callum battling as well. Everyone into the second corner. Callum trying to go around the outside. Bidzster at the inside of Task. And Firepower running very wide in the background. There goes Firepower. That's track limits or what? But seat 1 back there as well on Rodders. But still everyone very close in towards the turn 3. Down the hill. Bidzster on the brakes trying to attack Callum and Task One's attack. Callum is hitting from behind. So Task One misses his braking point and then Callum and Jamo get tangled up and Bidzster says thank you. Straight through to second place, I'll take that any day. And then we go down to the turn 4. Through turn 4, downhill. Jamo back into 3rd now. Neil Farmack up to 4th in that front wheel drive Audi. As Task One looks for a move on Callum but no way through there. Neil trying to give Jamo a little helping hand round the corner. Proving that dominance of the front wheel drives in the fast corners. As we go up towards the last corner, we've got Neil and Jamo side by side. Bidzster's really close behind TY for the lead now. Neil up the inside of Jamo. Careful, boys. As Jamo runs a bit wide there, Neil goes through. Callum might be through into 4th place as well. Jamo going absolutely backwards here. Lose 1 place and you'll end up losing 3. Back to 6th place. Now Bidzster's challenging for the lead. Bidzster in the Scirocco challenges for the lead. The independent this season. Into the lead of the race, into the first corner. Beautiful move there. But remember, TY has got maximum ballast on that car. That will not be helping him out at all. So, well, not maximum ballast, but, you know, as near to maximum ballast as you can get. So, obviously the rear-wheel drive's not coping very well with the weight. Jamo's got maximum ballast on, I do beg your pardon, from finishing the last race in 1st position. On track anyway, as Rodders goes for the inside of Firepower. Boom, have that. And gives a little tap to Seek as well, but through into 8th place. So that's how that happened. And then 2nd place is under dispute now. Neil up the inside of TY, and Neil with a fantastic move there on TY. Read it very well, straight through. Obviously, do bear in mind, obviously TY has got a heavier car compared to the guys around him. Hence his finishing position in the last race. So as we go, look back, we've got Jamo and Seat 1 battling it out now. Seat 1 round the outside of Jamo. Jamo back down to 7th. So that those rear-wheel drive cars don't look like they're handling the weight very well at all. So Jamo going backwards. 2 man near the front. TY and Callum's closing up to TY now as well. There goes Callum. Oh, straight through. Down the hill into the last corner. Again, everyone being quite good with the track limits so far. Seat 1 goes up there, and nope, Jamo and Rodders very close together, and Firepower with a really good run off the corner goes to overtake the Lexus, but again, the lack of straight line speed of that Subaru will not help as we go 3 wide into turn 1, almost. Will Firepower stay at the inside, but Rodders will definitely try and pass his teammate, and no, Firepower gets Rodders to hip and shoulder, but no way through, and Stacker gets stuck on the apex, so Stacker can't do anything in the other Audi. Brilliant racing. There's Neil Farmack now challenging Bidzster for the lead. Bidzster into the hairpin. Neil looking for 1st place, but can't quite get it yet. TY and Callum in hot pursuit. Task One back in 5th, a bit further back. And then we've got Seek 1 and Jamo and Rodders side by side. Rodders definitely in the faster car because Rodders has got no weight on compared to Jamo with maximum ballast, 200 plus kilos on that car. And the rear-wheel drive cars are usually a bit heavier normally anyway, even without weight on, because of the how the balance of performance works on this game. But not doing too bad as Rodders looks at the inside again, a bit of a twitch on both the 2 tied Lexuses side by side. 2 tied Lexuses are tied to each other at the minute as Jamo still keeping it up the inside, battling hard between these 2 teammates. If this were a pair of Red Bulls, they'd have took each other off by now. But no. Jamo, Rodders keeps ahead but goes wide. Jamo gets a good run, but again, on top end speed with no weight in the car. Even though they've got exactly the same, Rodders should be able to pull ahead. As we look into the last corner, I think, has anything changed here? No, all the same. Rodders up the inside, then into the second to last corner on his teammate. Stacker and Firepower waiting in the wings to see if anything else is going to happen. Jamo stays in front for now. He'll battle his teammate to the end by the look of it. No team orders in that camp. As we look back to the front, TY and Callum quite close together, all four still on the line but can't quite gain on each other just yet. Meanwhile, Rodders back up the inside of Jamo for 7th place, no way through. Firepower almost runs into the back of Stacker there but gets away with it. So good stuff there, good battling. As Jamo pulls out a bit of a lead out of that corner. As Callum has a little look at TY now. But no way out, no way through there. But the four-wheel drive will help him on traction out of the corner anyway. As we go back to this battle, Rodders up the inside of his teammate again. There's almost contact between the two cars, but they both get through there very nicely. But this is where Rodders will have the speed, 200 kilos less. That's 200 kilos less weight to pull with the weight, with the power. And I think he's going to get through even before the next corner. Yes, he is. But will Stacker have a look? Jamo will look back down the inside. Oh, he hits his teammate. The two Lexuses hit each other. That's not going to help. And Stacker and Firepower are like, come on, guys, give us a gap. We want to get through. But no way through as Jamo closes the door on Stacker. Oh, sunlight straight in front of that Audi, and Firepower takes advantage. So Jamo just needs to watch his mirrors a bit more, just be a bit more aware of what's around him as Firepower looks for the inside, but no way through there, just showing his nose. As Neil and Bidzster still very close for the lead. So both cars, front wheel drive, both cars very fast round the fast corners. They're very good on grip round there. As Callum looking to attack TY here. So Callum's looking to attack TY. Let's have a quick look back, see if anything's changed back here. No, it hasn't. As you look at Callum and TY, Callum go through, but both cars subsequently run wide. That's got to be you've got to be careful, because that could be track limits. You're allowed to go on the yellow curb, but no further than the yellow bit. If you're found on the red bit, that is a track limits, and it'll be a bit in between 1 or 5 seconds for how bad it was and how much time or advantage you gain. So got to be careful there. So yellow curb there, as you can see on the curbs there, the yellow curb for turns 1 and 2, and then the last corner is the green bit is fine. You've got the curb, then the green bit, and then if you go onto the red bit, again, that's not okay. As we look a bit further back, Stacker and Firepower trying to duel, and Firepower using a bit more of the track than he should there on the inside, but no way through there as the Audi pulls away under power. Seat 1 on his own in 6th place. Not doing too bad. Rodders has pulled ahead of his teammate now, so Jamo's left with Stacker and Firepower. So that Lexus not handling the weight very well at all. Stacker cuts the inside corner a bit, but gets away with it. There's Bidzster out front, still keeping a decent gap to Neil. So doing very well. The Scirocco has got to make up all his time in the corners, because it's a really light car. It's probably the best round the fast corners out of everything, but that TT has got the power compared to the Scirocco. It's got about 20 more horsepower than the Scirocco, which helps on the straight. As you can see there, closing in, but then also Callum closing in with them as well. As we look back, Jamo under attack here from Stacker into the second to last corner, but no way through. Jamo runs wide, but he had to run a bit wide there because he defended the inside, and also he's got a heavy car, but he's not gained any time there as Stacker and Firepower close right up to him once again. As we look back to the battle for the lead, Bidzster and Neil. And Bidzster defends the inside, nowhere through there for Neil. As we look at Stacker and Firepower, they both might get past Jamo here in one go. Stacker's definitely through, and Firepower has to wait another few corners as the Lexus tries to fight back. But again, we go back to Bidzster and Neil. Bidzster not leaving a single gap for Neil to get through. Neil's going to have to go around the outside if he's going to do it. He'll have to try and outbrake him. He's trying, but he can't do it. He has to concede to the Scirocco again. Callum falling back into the hands of TY now, but also TY being caught by that man there, Task 1. And Task 1's teammate, Firepower, there he is. He's still battling with Jamo. And he's actually got ahead. So Jamo must have lost out into that hairpin, so we'll get a replay on what happened there. Okay, here's a replay of what happened with Firepower and Jamo then. So we're going up here, and then into the turn 2, on the brakes. See Jamo and Stacker going into the corner there, and then Firepower gets on the paddle really early and then goes right round the outside of Jamo on the grass and over the other side of the yellow curb and straight through on Jamo, only to lose it at the next corner. It's a naughty boy. So as we come back from that, then Firepower into 9th place, but runs wide subsequently and then gets back passed by Jamo. So Firepower does a track limits, gets past Jamo, and then makes a mistake anyway and loses the position. But he's got to be careful with those track limits, otherwise he'll end up with a whole heap of penalties. So we'll see us Task 1 and TY side by side. We missed the start of that, but Task 1 through into 4th place. Oh wow! So we'll get a replay on that as well. Okay, here's a replay of what happened between Task 1 and TY. So you see TY runs wide there out of that previous corner as you just come into that replay. So he's lost speed. Task 1 comes up, TY goes to defend the inside line and then into the rink curve. Task 1 just comes across and then no contact, clean as you like, and then a little bit of contact there. But Task 1 right around the outside of TY. That was rubbing his racing, but fair play by Task 1. Brilliant move. So as we come back from that, Bidzster in the lead then from Neil, Callum, and then we've just seen Task 1 on TY. So all very close happening on track at the minute. Oh, Callum, you've got to watch them track limits, so there's a penalty be coming your way. Got to be careful. That could possibly be a 2 or 3 second penalty, that one, because he did keep his foot in it and he gained a little bit of time there. So you've got to be careful to what the actual how much time you do gain, even if you do a track limit. If you're not seen to have lifted or slowed down, then you will be deemed responsible for that, and you could end up being with getting a penalty. So you've got to be careful. As TY there chasing Task 1 in front of him. As we look further back, Jamo and Firepower still having a good battle here. So Jamo's back in front of Firepower. Obviously after that mistake we saw earlier, there's Firepower getting rid of a penalty there. Almost hits the back of Jamo, but gets away with it this time. Seek 1 goes round in 6th place. He's on a nice lonely race to himself. Meanwhile, Task 1 and TY still very close together. The Subaru, probably one of the most easiest handling cars and best cornering cars, just due to the fact of how much cornering speed it can carry. Really good car on the short twisty circuits. Not really as well suited to this track compared to the other cars around it, but not doing too bad in 4th place. TY gives him almost a little helping nudge there as they go onto the straight. This is where the BMW will have a bit more speed. But having said that, he's drafted him and he still can't get close. But he's moving out now. Will he go for the move into the first corner? Onto the brakes. He's side by side. Squirm, squirm, squirm. Task 1 gives him room, but just look at the corner of that Subaru. Drives right round the outside. That's when you've got faith in your car's handling. So well done to Task there. As Bidzster and Neil now still battling it out. That TT with the speed on the straight. This Scirocco with the lightness for the corners. As Bidzster defends the inside and Neil practically pushing him out the corner. Bidzster moves across to say, yeah, you don't, sunshine. That's my line. I'm going this way. If you're going around me, you're going the long way. So Bidzster, the independent, in the lead. Neil Farmack for sort of, well, let's give him a name, Team Spitfire in 2nd place. And then we've got the Jack Daniels car of Callum there. There we are, Jack Daniels on the side of that car, so hopefully not drunk, but we'll see how he's going with his driving. They're all quite close together. And we've got Task 1 and Seek 1 there. Sorry, Task 1 and TY, sorry. Task 1 in the Hoppy Subaru and TY in the Jägermeister BMW. Sort of took the inspiration from the ADAC Masters. As we see Seat 1 go around there, it's his teammate, and then we've got the tied Lexus. Rodders in the lead Lexus. Jamo at the back due to the weight. He's carrying on. Stacker's off! Stacker's off, and where's the others? There's Firepower, and then Stacker is off the road, completely off the road, and Firepower goes through, and Jamo. So Stacker made his own mistake there into the corner, outbraked himself, and off he goes. As we look at the leaders then, Bidzster, Neil, Callum, quick as that. All of them respecting the track limits that time, which was good to see as they go up towards the second corner. Now you'll see here the power of that TT catching that Scirocco. As we look back from Bidzster, yeah, you can see the TT powering close to us as we go into the corner, and almost touching the back of us. So good brakes on that TT as well, but Bidzster squares the corner off, gets the power on and pulls away. That just shows you how light that Scirocco is. It can get traction very easily. But then down the straight, you'll see, even in the, as well as getting a draft, that TT closes right up to us. And then we get onto the brakes, into the third corner, nicely round there, and then we pull away again. So again, both cars quite evenly matched and both strong in their own areas. So let's have a little look back at Task 1 and TY. They're still battling it out. Subaru versus BMW. Nice little scrap for 4th place as Task 1 goes into the set of corners that are good for his car. So try and gain some time here, and then TY will probably close up during near the end of the lap. So just keep an eye on that. As Neil must have made a mistake there. He's gone right into the hands of Callum. Bidzster's got a bit of breathing air now, so Callum right behind Neil here. So we've got to be careful here as we go into the corner. Oh, close stuff. Really gambling with the edge of the track limits to try and use every bit of track possible, as TY does there as well, just to try and keep with Task 1 in 4th place. So there's Rodders in 7th place on his own, and also Seek 1 just in front of him on his own in 6th place. So both them two doing very well. A bit of a lonely race for him, but you know, you have lonely races from time to time. Firepower in 8th position then, so Firepower doing well here. Into the corner he goes, nicely round there, and then into the last corner, and again nicely through there as well. Jamo in 9th. You can see that Lexus not liking the weight on board, and Stacker's starting to close back up again. As you go back to the leaders, Bidzster, Neil and Callum. So Bidzster defending from Neil, obviously you can feel like he's moving closer. And then into the braking zone, moves back online, and into the downhill turn 3, very hard to get grip as we go down the hill, and then onto the 2 left-handers that go both of us slightly downhill. Again, can be quite daunting, and when you're carrying a bit too much speed, and you've got to try and correct it. As we go around this corner, and we can see here Task 1's been passed by TY, so TY gets past Task 1, so we'll get a replay on how that happened. As we come back from that, Bidzster, Neil and Callum approaching the last corner on lap 10 out of 12, so a couple of laps left in this race once they cross the line. So Bidzster still keeping it solid in front. Nice lines there from everyone. Neil a little bit wide, but just about gets away with it. As we go across the line, they all start closing up to each other. Then we look at TY and Task 1, they're still the same as well. Task 1's got to keep in that draft to that BMW, otherwise it will disappear off into the day. As Callum runs wide again, he's got to be careful. He'll have a few track limit penalties on his back, so that will probably be him in 3rd position no matter what happens here. But Neil goes out to overtake Bidzster. He's on the wrong side though, because Bidzster defends the inside. Battle on the brakes now. As we go into the corner, Bidzster keeps the corner, and Neil gives him a nudge to help him out of the corner. He's not supposed to do that, but Callum goes right round the outside of him. Neil tries to give him the squeeze, saying, no you don't, sunshine. You cheeky little sod. You don't go around me like that. But then look at the power of the TT. He gets his foot down. That TT just powers away. He gets to half a car length into the braking zone. Callum can't do nothing about that. Not even the 4-wheel drive can save him in that. And then Neil Farmack gets ahead and stays ahead in 2nd place for now. Task 1 back ahead of TY. Task 1 back ahead of TY there. So Task 1 ahead of TY. So again, those positions swap again as Callum and Neil still battling each other down the hill on this penultimate lap of the race. Out of the corner, Callum gets a good run here. Let's have a look back from on board with the TT. Into the next corner, Callum closes up in the draft. We'll look for a move. He's going to have a little look, but he will not find a way through here unless Neil makes a big mistake. There's Bidzster in front. And then we look back at Callum down the curb into the apex. Oh, the TT misses the apex a bit. Callum gets a fantastic run in the draft. We move across to defend. Let's go back to the outside and have a look at this. Callum literally pushed him across the line. NASCAR level drafting. But into the first corner, and it's Neil ahead from Callum. As Callum runs wide again. Callum runs wide again, and he's not lifted there. So Callum will definitely have some track limit penalties on him. So whether he gets 2nd or not, I don't think he'll stay 2nd in this one. He'll end up being in 3rd, even if he does get past Neil Farmack at this stage of the race. So you've got to be careful of those track limits. I have been very lenient with the track limits, because usually the FIA would say no more than the curb or the white line, but I've let people go up to the green and yellow stuff. but if they still go over that, then obviously that is definitely track limits. So I've tried to give people a bit of the benefit of doubt, but unfortunately I can't always be nice when you're trying to host things and go by the rules. When you're trying to enforce rules, you can't always be nice. This is TY and Task One side by side for fourth. This is one battle that could go to the end. Task One on the inside on the brakes, but TY being very brave, slides the car into the corner, parks it on the apex, but Task One finds a way through, almost touching wheels there as they go out that corner. Into the downhill section, TY tries to keep his nose ahead, because he knows now that this is the bit that Task One's going to be good on. As they come down here, as he tries to get a wide line to tuck it back in, get the power on earlier, try and get the better of that Subaru. But meanwhile, Neil Farmack and Callum side by side into the last corner almost. Bidzster's already around the last corner. As they come out that last corner, Bidzster flashed his lights. He's going to take his win. Well done, Bidzster wins the race. Neil Farmack in second. Callum in third, who slows down for a penalty on the line anyway. This shows you how many track limits he got. As Task One and TY on the line. It's going to be very close. TY goes round the outside. He's going to get a good run, and it's just TY on the line from Task. Fantastic finish there. We'll get a replay on that finish quickly. Okay, here's a replay of some of the fantastic battles that TY and Task One had throughout that race. So you look, see TY on lap 10, in down dives on into the inside on turn 3. Brilliant pass there, and then Task One now looking for redemption as we just quickly fast forward into the next corner. Task looks for a way through. TY gives him a bit of space, but again, the Subaru driver cannot find a way through. Then if we fast forward again, we see after this is where we saw TY make that little mistake, and then we go into this long right-hander, and Task One tries to go alongside, but TY just about fends him off, and then into the last corner. That's where we saw him come out with the positions as they were. And then if we just fast forward a bit more, see TY has a little wobble out that corner. Task One gets a nice draft, and we fast forward to the start of the next corner. Task One is able to move alongside, almost door mirror to door mirror, and then into the hairpin we go. You think TY's got it on the inside, but Task One drives right round the outside, and if you look, keeps it well within the track limits and just drives right round the outside of TY. What a phenomenal overtake. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Task One and TY on the last lap then. So coming up towards the last two corners, TY looking out to the inside, moves back online just to try and put Task One off. Into the corner, Task One carries a bit too much speed, TY closes up, and now if we go on board with TY, you'll see through here, Task One has a little wobble there. TY gets a phenomenal run onto that last corner, and this is where we see him go across the line, and there's the line. And we're just going to go to the outside camera and just move it across. You can just see there that the BMW just crosses the line in front of Task One. Brilliant drive, brilliant racing, and brilliant work by them too. Quickly. So as we come back from that, Seek One in 6th place there, crosses the line. 7th for Rodders. Well done to him. He's the highest finishing Lexus in 7th place. There's a little weave across the line. Well done to Rodders there. As Firepower comes up to the last corner, and he's got quite a few track limit penalties in this race, I can tell you that. But 8th for Firepower, whether it stays 8th we don't know, but 8th position for Firepower on track. Well done to him. Stacker with some good pace there, and Jamo's going to have been unfortunately in last position due to the weight he was carrying, and he just didn't feel a very good balance with that car. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that race then. So Bidzster takes a win in that one. Well done to Bidzster, with Neil in 2nd place. Callum rounds off the podium in 3rd. Then it is TY in 4th. Task One finishes in 5th in the Subaru. Seek One in 6th place. 7th is Rodders. Firepower unfortunately moves to the last position because of 8 penalties that cost him 27 seconds. So he moves from 8th to 10th. So that means that it's Stacker 8th, Jamo 9th, and Firepower in 10th place. Fastest lap to Callum in the Mazda Atenza, 1:35.266. So we come back from that then. Bidzster is the winner. There he is in the orange and black Scirocco, just coming on up to this corner here. So he wins this race, and we will see you guys for race 3. Take care.